We begin here at 4 with a stunning flip-flop in a packed courtroom. The man accused of opening fire at the Highland Park 4th of July parade backed out of a proposed plea deal, all while survivors and victims' relatives watched in disbelief. CBS 2's Marissa Perlman reports from the Lake County Courthouse.
Robert Cremo III entered the courtroom in a wheelchair. We're told that's because he was too nervous to walk into court. Prosecutors thought they'd reached a deal, but with a simple no to the judge, the suspect rejected it. All of this from survivors who say they believe this was a calculated move on his continuous reign of terror.
We have 4th of July coming up, and it will be 2 years, and all I wanted was to be able to fully grieve my mom.
Leah Sondheim, standing alongside her father Bruce, had high hopes that this day would be one of closure. As 2 years to the day Leah's mom, Bruce's wife, Jackie Sondheim, was shot and killed, quickly approaches.
Instead, we now get to sit and wait weeks and months of more hearings and unknowns.
In court, prosecutors said they and the suspect had reached a deal. He would plead guilty to 7 murder counts and 48 counts of aggravated battery, one for each named victim in the indictment. In exchange, he agreed to be sentenced to natural life in prison, and the rest of the charges would be dismissed. In front of dozens of survivors and family of victims, all who made their way to court prepared to give victim impact statements, he backed out.
I think that he has very little control, and he will exercise every bit he has and does not care who he hurts in the meantime.
Attorneys representing survivors and families impacted by the shooting spoke outside of court, calling this a calculated move by the defendant.
And what we saw quite clearly was a defendant who came to court today with one goal in mind: to continue the terror that began on July 4th, 2022.
I don't know what else to say other than I don't know what more proof we can that we can have. He is evil and manipulative and brought us here today probably knowing what he was going to do.
This is not the first time the suspect has reversed himself on a key issue in court. Just in December, the suspect fired his attorneys only to back off of that decision, asking for a public defender less than a month later. As it stands, this case goes to trial in February 2025. Outside the Lake County Courthouse, I'm Marissa Perlman, CBS 2 News.